right, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Hawkins, and this is your best life defined. So, let me ask you a question. What's your plan? I like to start it out that way. I like to get your attention so that you have time to process what I'm saying. What's your plan? How much better will your life be, say, in a week or 2 weeks? What in your life will have changed in 5 years to where you can say, I'm a little bit closer to living my best life, or I'm doing more of the things I love to do? Kind of an important question when you think about it. See, when Sandy and we were sitting back and my dad had died and I had all this stuff and all these obligations and things I had to do that I didn't really enjoy doing. And she's in the house cleaning a big ass house. She's dusting rooms that no one even goes into anymore. And we're both asking ourselves the same question is, why in the hell are we doing this? I mean, it didn't make any sense. Wasn't like you feel when you're out hiking or mountain biking, and yet my weekends were consumed by cutting lawn and pulling weeds and irrigating and cleaning the shop and fixing stuff around the house, and hers was full of all kinds of obligations, including a stack of bills and all that, and it just didn't make any sense. And so that's when we did it. That's when we made a plan. Now, our plan is not supposed to be your plan. Our plan is our plan, and it's about us and what inspires us. And the way we started out was we just started looking at all the things in our life that we didn't enjoy. We started looking at all the things in our life that we did every day, and we started ranking those things, rating them based on how we felt about them. Now, things like mountain biking, hiking, exploring, traveling, learning new things, doing new things, meeting new people, that was pretty good. Those were all nines, tens. And then on the other hand, most of the stuff I was doing around the house and most of the stuff Sandy was doing around the house, it was probably around a 4 or 5. Now, is this to say that we hated the life we was living? No, we didn't hate the life we were living. We just didn't love it as much as all the things we were thinking about while we were doing it, while we were living it. I used to dream, we'd jump in the car, and I think the wanderlust, that travel bug, has been with us for a while, because long before we ever came up with the idea of hitting the road, selling everything and buying a fifth wheel and traveling around the country, I remember we'd be in the car and we'd be headed like someplace like Canyon City. We'd go to Pueblo, Colorado shopping. It was about a 30-minute drive, and we'd get in the car and we'd be talking about life and talking about this, and we somehow or another along the way that conversation would always come up. Why don't we just keep driving? We just keep driving. We just keep doing it. Keep going and seeing places and doing things and seeing things we've never done. You probably had a conversation like that. Yeah, that's what we did. And eventually that was the foundation of our plan. Because Sandy was born in Canyon City, Colorado. She was born and raised there. It's the only place she had ever lived. And I had lived there since I was about 12 or 13. Hadn't been anyplace else. I'd traveled a few more places than Sandy, but I was young. Don't remember much about it. Wasn't there on a sightseeing trip. I was there surviving with my mom and her new husband. So we made this plan to spend more time doing what we love to do. That's what we based it on. What do we love to do? Well, we love to travel. We want to see things. We want to go live places we've never lived before. Turned out it was a pretty damn good plan. Now, what makes a good plan is when you build that plan based on who you are on the inside, not what the world is telling you to be, or not what you've been taught to believe about success and about happiness. A good plan is when you actually wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, does this make my life better? Does this make me a better person? Does this create access to the things in my life I want to do? I told you, or I've mentioned, if you've listened to the previous podcasts, I mentioned that we just bought kayaks. We bought two 10-foot kayaks, and they're not the sit-inside kayaks, because once that thing fills with water, it's a little hard to drag to shore. But we bought the fishing kayaks to sit on top, and we're learning how to do it, and we're having fun, and it is a blast. But it was part of the plan. And the plan is, even if I'm not going to work out today, even if I'm not going to have time to do everything I want to do as far as physical fitness, I'm going to be involved in something that makes me work. It makes me move. And it challenges me, because that's part of the plan. So, enough about me. So let's talk about you. So you're sitting there in your life, and you wake up every morning and you do the things you do. The first question you should probably ask yourself is, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about that shit you do every day? If you feel great about it, if you're excited about it, if you get a good night's sleep because you fall asleep so tired from having so much fun every day, then hell, keep doing it. But chances are that's not what's happening. Chances are you go to bed every night and you're tired, and it has nothing to do with doing a bunch of crap you love. It has to do with doing a bunch of stuff you don't love. And what do? You want out of it? You don't want to have to do all that crap? You don't want to have to do so much of that crap you don't enjoy? Maybe you'd like to do more stuff you love. First thing you got to do is make a plan. See, it's not going to happen if you sit and you wait for people to do it, or you wait for life to get easier to do it, or you wait until you're ready to make the sacrifice it takes to achieve that goal. It'll never happen. And the way it's going to happen is if you decide, this is where I'm going, this is how I'm going to get there, let's go. And you do it every day, whether you like it or not. Not because you love it, not because you hate it, because that's the plan. I know I keep repeating that, but I don't know. I got it going on. Our plan this year, we changed plans. We were originally planning on going to Florida, but we've now changed our plans. We're going to go to southern Texas. Freeport, Texas, I think. We're going to stay in an RV park right on the ocean. And granted, the ocean in Texas isn't quite as pretty as it is on the Emerald Coast, but there's some benefits to it. And it all came in line with our plan. See, part of our plan is to make sure that the money we have, the finances we have, give us the most bang for our buck. And granted, staying in the Keys would have been an amazing adventure. For the price we were getting ready to pay for it, it wouldn't have been as amazing an adventure, or wouldn't have added enough value to our life to meet our plan, to fit our plan. And that's really what I'm talking about. So when you think about where you are right now and where your money goes and where your time goes, are you getting the value out of it that you want? Are you spending as much time as you'd like to fishing and doing the things you love to do? Is your money going towards things that make you go, yeah, rocking it? If it's not, then maybe you should make a plan. That's how you get there. See, if you don't have a plan, you're kind of like, those wind-up toys, or maybe better yet, the Roomba, that automated vacuum cleaner. If you don't have a plan, you're kind of like a Roomba. You're just running around, bumping into things, and you're like, and then you check it out. You do whatever you got to do. You spend a little money, waste a little time, and then you change new directions, and then you bump into something else, and that's what you do for a while. And all those resources of time and money, pretty soon they're gone. And then you work another week, you get a little money and time, and then you run to the store and you buy something, not because you planned on buying it, because it's in front of you and it's the opportunity to get a little bit of happiness. Because buying shit makes you happy, but it's not part of the plan. So I think about every dollar that comes out of my pocket, and I think, I spent a ton of money. It was kind of amazing. The rack for my truck cost more than the kayaks I purchased. It was crazy. And the reason I'm okay with spending that money is because it's part of the plan. There's nothing cooler. Well, there's a lot of things cooler than kayaking, but kayaking right now is pretty cool. It's cool once you get out there, because when you're kayaking, that's the only thing you're doing. You're just kayaking, hanging out, looking at the water, looking at the mountains, seeing how fast you can go. And it's fun. That's a big thing. It's fun. Adds fuel to my tank. But in order for that to happen, you got to have a plan. We don't jump in our fifth wheel and haul ass down the highway without a plan for where to get fuel. We have a plan. We look at it. We plan for it. We say, okay, how much gas you got? I say, half a tank. It goes, okay, I'll start looking. Next thing you know, she's like, well, there's a Circle K. There's this, there's that up the road. There's a petrol stop up the highway, 47 miles. How much fuel you got? Got a quarter of a tank. We don't run out of fuel because we have a plan. I did a previous podcast about where do you find your fuel. You got to add those things into your life. You got to add those things into your life, because chances are you might have a plan, but you don't have any fuel in your tank. You are so busy doing a bunch of crap you don't enjoy. You don't have time to do any of this shit you do. If you have a plan, it works out that way. Maybe you should plan when you get off of work that you pick up the boat and you go to the lake. You leave the boat at the house and you go to the lake. Either way, you go to the lake. Maybe the plan should be grab the kids, some hot dogs, some buns, go to the park, play frisbee, play with the dog, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, go do anything to add fuel to your tank. Make that part of your plan. Take a look at your life. Evaluate what you got going on in your life right now, and ask yourself, why am I doing this shit? Why am I doing this? With all the choices I have, why am I doing this? And then make an adjustment in your life until you get where you need to be. Starts with a plan. I don't know. That's pretty cool. I'm digging it. How you like that bass in the background? Kind of sets a mood. It works for me. Keeps me from talking too fast. That's why I've added music to my podcast, because I tend to I'm an amped up person. I'm energized and excited about the things I do. So the music kind of keeps me on pace. Allows your ears to take a break. Because I've been known to make a good set of ears bleed. I told you, the world's in trouble because I'm into this thing. A friend of mine, my daughter's best friend, Lizzie Koss, she tells me, hey, you know what? You really should get a podcast. I think you'd be good at a podcast. Damn, thank you, Liz. Thanks, Starlin, because it's working. Because I'm not running out of shit to say, because it's the truth. And now I'm on my plan. I plan to be familiar to a lot of people. I plan that someday someone's going to say, you know what? You were right, man. Made a plan. I started picking more of the things I love and less of the things I don't. I stopped spending as much money on crap and started spending it on things that actually add value to my life. And now I'm doing my thing. I wake up every day excited. And it all starts with a plan. I don't know. I think it's going pretty good. Anyway, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on you, and I'm certainly not giving up on me. And even if this thing goes away, even if I just wake up one day and I say, you know, all right, I've had enough fun with that. I got 90,000 podcasts, 90,000 videos. I think I'm done. I'm going to do something else. I'll still keep following my plan. I'll still keep doing everything that I've shared with you, all the ideas and all the suggestions I've given about how to live your best life, how to spend more time doing crap you love and less time doing crap you don't. I'll still continue to do that. You check in with me 5 years after this podcast goes away, and guess what? You're still going to see me, and I'll be rocking something else. You'll be like, you're doing what now? And I'll be like, yeah, that's right. And the way I got there, I had a plan. All right. Hey, listen, guys, I think I'm probably having too much fun with this. I really appreciate the fact that you keep listening, you keep checking in, you keep checking to see how I'm doing. And I appreciate you guys, even you guys that are just waiting for me to fail or waiting for me to quit. Not going to happen. Not going to happen, because guess what? I have a plan. And one day I'm going to look at this and go, yeah, see, I told you, world. I told you that if I sat down and I focused on it and I did it long enough and I kept telling my story, I would get a story out there that made sense. And there were going to be some people who say, you know what, he's right. Why in the hell am I working so hard when I could be playing? I mean, after all, you were rolling along and you thought you had all kinds of time. You thought everything, the money was in the bank, right? And then guess what happened? COVID showed up. Did you have a plan? Maybe you should get one. I don't know. Just my thoughts, just my ideas. But anyway, I think I've wore it out here. I think I'm about done with this one. I certainly hope you will have a wonderful day. I hope you will take advantage of the opportunities you have. Every day you wake up is one more opportunity to take the life you're living and make some portion of it better. And it might not be by adding anything. It might be by simply saying, why in the hell am I doing this? And stop doing it. That's a trick right there. You just got to look at it and you got to make a plan. So, until next time, just remember, my name's Chris Hawkes, and today is your day. Make it a good one.